think what y'all slipping on. I think this year is going to be about the running backs again. The NFL is all about trends. I'm telling
you. What up, dude? And welcome to the Hood Report, the spot where culture meets competition and where we spit real shit. Sports is our focus. The D culture, you too, Tweety, guides our discussion. And in the end of it all, our focus is ensuring that you, the audience, is informed and entertained. With that, today, as we've been going through it and hitting the NFL, giving our preview to the NFL, we're going to round it off today with the NFC South and the AFC South. Now, these two divisions don't get a lot of pub, but I think they got a little talent, and a couple of them had good drafts. So they stand to be influential in the upcoming season. With that, we're going to start with the NFC South. We're going 4-1 on our picks. We're going to call out who we have in each place as we go through it, and we're going to hit the hot shit as it comes. Starting off with my man Tweety. Go ahead and run it, Tweety.
All right.
I'm actually going to run it first. Right.
Okay, you go
That's
first.
right.
Yeah. Let's go.
come on with it.
Damn, come on.
I'll fucking drink to that, baby.
Yeah, you
Okay,
need
but
to.
don't take a drink of that shit.
Or maybe you already asked.
Hey, America, Bangladesh, y'all in for a treat. Ride is on early, so, after this, I don't want you to turn the motherfucker off, but you would have heard the best of what you got to hear. Starting off,
Bullshit.
fourth place in the division. I think the team that had the most struggles, and I think they're going to continue to struggle and continue to have a hard time. They did okay in the draft. I think they blew it on their quarterback pick by not taking Shedeur. Okay. I think with that and just the fall off and losing their starting quarterback, I got the New Orleans Saints finishing in fourth place in the division. I got them finishing actually 4-13 for the season.
Ooh.
4-13.
Man.
Oh boy, you being nice today. That's being nice.
Shit.
Yes. So I think they'll get 4 because there's a couple rivalries they normally show up on, but I think they're going to have their struggles.
That ain't one of your team.
Hey, the Cardinals, they ain't on my list. They lost Tweety's boy Derek Carr, his career favorite quarterback, and they ain't gonna be shit.
There you go.
He wasn't shit either, but go ahead.
Next up, I think this team has made huge strides last season. There was a lot of positives that they closed out the year. Had a hell of a job. Did a hell of a job in the draft. My number 3 team is going to be the Carolina Panthers. I think Bryce Young, after the negatives that came in his first season, I think Bryce Young had a great finish to last season. They did a great job of getting him some additional weapons. They got McMillan from Arizona, who's a stud wide receiver, provided he's working hard every day. I think they did a great job there. When I look at them for the season, their schedule is not too bad. They got Houston on the schedule to start early in week 2. Then they have at home. They got Pittsburgh at home. They got Dallas at home. That's a loss. They got the Bills at home. That's probably a loss. That's not probably, it is a loss. And then they go on the road a little bit. So all in all, not a terribly difficult schedule because outside of the big benchmark games they have against big teams, they have a pretty soft schedule. So I think they'll be able to run the table and be in a position to be able to actually build on their successes from last year. I have Carolina actually finishing up with a record of 9-8 for the season. I think they're going to be 9-8. And I think they're going to be much more. I'm telling you, Bryce Young played good at the end of last season.
Hell of an improvement.
If you remember, they beat Tampa Bay at the end of the season. Okay. They played very well. So I think they're going to continue to improve. I think they got a little weapons for them. I think they're going to have a good season and be in much better shape than what they were going into it.
Okay.
And they addressed their defense. So I like the fact they went got some edge rushers. So I think they're going to be a much improved team. Going to number 3 and number 2 in the division. So we did the first 2, we did 3. Neither one of those, let me say for the record, neither one of those on my list. Those teams were. Next.
No chance all season, right? No chance all season.
We already know that.
No chance.
Okay.
Although I do like Bryce Young. Not on my list.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not
It
either.
was too soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next team. I think another team is going to be improved. They'll benefit from more consistent quarterback play than what they had last season. I think they're going to have a situation where we already know they got a stud running game. My number 2 team for the NFC South is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. I think they're going to be much improved. Once again, consistent. I think Penix is going to have a breakout season as he only played a short period of time last year. We already know the running game is outstanding. We know they got receivers, right? Their big thing was defense, was what they needed to improve. They did this season through the draft and through free agency. They did a little bit through those angles to improve their team and to get a little bit stronger on those sides of the ball. Drafting a couple of safety linebackers. So I think they're going to be improved on the defensive side. You would think Raheem Morris was a defensive coach too. So he's leading the defense. So you would expect that they'll come around this season and play much better. They need to get pressure on the quarterback. Was their problem last year. But I do think that they're going to be improved. I think the Dirty Bird is going to be back. I think they're going to be 10-7 on the season. I think they're going to be improved and actually give a fight to the division. But they're not going to surpass the team that I think is going to be in the top spot. I think Baker's made it. And I think the top spots for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to be number 1 in the NFC South. I think Baker has established himself as a good quarterback. Not great, but good.
Right.
I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's going to have another productive season. Obviously, he has a good bit of weapons. They have Evans back. They're going to re-sign him. They re-signed the number 2 receiver in the offseason. And they did a pretty good job. They picked up a Mecca from Ohio State, stud wide receiver. Ohio State put out some quality receivers over the last couple of years. They picked him up, so I think that was a positive. And they got that boy Tez Johnson from Oregon. So I think all in all, when you look at where they are going to be from a weapon perspective, I think they improved upon that. With Todd Bowles, you know the defense is going to be tight. So number 1 in division, I think they're going to finish 11-6 for the season. They have a tough schedule though, but I think they'll navigate it. They'll win a couple of these games like they did last year against some of the top teams. Because last year, if you remember, they beat both Philadelphia and the Lions. They beat both of those teams last year. So they had some big wins. They're capable of it if they get rolling. But I'm going to finish up and say NFC South division winner, number 1, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hey, Baker Mayfield is going to continue what he did last year.
Is that one of your teams? You gotta mention that too.
No, not one of my teams.
That's not?
Okay.
Damn, nobody in the South is your team. Okay.
No, wait a minute. He ain't done yet.
Nobody in the South. In the NFC South, none of them made the cut.
Damn.
So, whatever.
Damn.
So none of them made the cut. But
not to start the season.
But
anyway.
Through the season, it could change. You're right.
Not to start anyway.
Hey,
if you change one of these teams,
one of these motherfuckers start off hot, nigga, they could make it.
Never trust the chameleon. He will fuck you.
Hey, look. At least you know where I stand from the beginning, baby. Cheers to that.
True.
All right, next up, Q. You up? Run it.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we know that the NFC South is a crappy ass division. 3 teams have finished under 500 4 times in the last 7 years. And I'm here to tell you, gentlemen, this shit ain't about to change. 3 of these motherfuckers is going to be under 500 this year too. So let's go ahead and start off with this list so you already know where I'm coming with. We'll be going with the first team on my list, the Aints. Yeah, the Aints. They'll be going for the Super Bowl this year. Okay. You know what Super Bowl they'll be going for, Tweety?
No.
The Super Bowl of fucking draft picks. They'll be going for the Super Bowl of draft picks this year. Okay. That's what the fuck the Aints ain't gonna be doing. With a record of 2-15.
Damn.
Yeah. These motherfuckers. You know what? I have no love or no respect for them. You know why?
Why?
Because they knew Derek Carr was out. And they kept on just watching Shadur Sanders walk on by.
That's true.
You know, kept letting him walk on by.
So are they? So with that big pick, are they gonna get a quarterback again next year?
They better because they picked up this Tyler Straub. He ain't worth the price of admission. Now, I don't if you already been seeing him. And this guy Tyler will be matched up every time it's going to be Shedeur. So everything he does from now on in his career, any of these quarterbacks in the draft will be matched up with Shedeur. And I'm sorry to say, he's going to make a lot of them look bad. He's going to make a lot of them look bad. So that's the same. That's the 8-2-15.
Okay.
Moving right along, we're gonna go up to our Rod. I had to smile when you did this, but you had the Carolina Panthers, and so do I. Carolina Panthers. The only difference is fucking 8 wins. Are you kidding me? I got these motherfuckers at 4-13.
Nah, they're gonna win more than that.
4-13. Yeah, they did some good things. They picked up some defense. They got their offense. Yeah. They picked up McMillan, like you said. They picked up the running back Trevor and Inte. You know, they're gonna be a little better team. You know, they picked up some defensive players to help them out, but I can't see them winning over 4 games.
I don't put a bug in your ear. Bryce Young, top 5 rated quarterback the last 5 games last season.
Okay. All
right. Everybody thought he was a bust. That boy's gonna be for real.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they got a tough schedule, and they got.
No, I'm not saying you're saying he's a bust, but I'm saying people out there before were saying he was a bust. I'm saying he's not.
Okay. So I got him at 4-13. Okay. Same spot in finishing, but you got him a little higher than me for winning. But we'll move right along here to our 3rd place team. Them Dirty Birds, them Atlanta Falcons. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you, I got them at 7-10. They done some good things. Yes, they have. You know, this is gonna be the first year for Penix Jr. Can he stay healthy, guys? That's gonna be the big question.
We'll see.
Can he stay healthy?
I think so.
This team had the 2nd worst pass rush in the NFL last year. So what they do in the draft? Yeah. They went and loaded up. They picked up Georgia Bulldogs, Javon Walker. They picked up Tennessee's defensive end, James Pierce Jr. And they helped him out on the offensive line too a little bit. You know, they picked up Jack Nelson for the offensive line. So, hey, Tweety.
Yes, sir.
They got another one of your boys from the Raiders, Divine Diablo. You heard of him before?
Yeah,
that's why he gone.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Hey, Tweety, that's fucking 4 Raiders linebackers now that I done called out. It's gone now. Somebody had to be somebody good.
When a shit team cuts you, then that makes a statement.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
so I got them third, finishing up at 7-10. Moving around to our number 1 team, the only team that's gonna come out this division, and that's gonna be them Buccaneers. You know, hey, Baker Mayfield finally done found him a home. He hiding in Brady's shadow, but he done found him a home. You know, and he's real happy with his new weapon, the double Easy Emeka Ibuke, the running back. Picked him up from the airport.
Wide receiver from Ohio State. He's a real deal.
The wide receiver from Ohio State.
He's
picked him up from the airport.
He's good.
You know what I'm saying? So he was ecstatic. He's ecstatic about having him on his team. No, they also addressed the defense. Picked up 2 cornerbacks, Benjamin Morris and Jacob Parrish. So that should help a defense that was already pretty good. You know, they just needed probably a little more help on the outside. So they got what they needed. I got this team at 12-5. This 12-5 for them winning the division.
Damn.
Actually, I think the sleeper on that Tampa Bay team is Tez. Tez is going. Motherfuckers don't know about him. Tez, that boy in Oregon was no joke. So it's going to be interesting to see. Good picks there, Quentin. I don't think any like mine. No surprises. Same places, different records.
Yes.
But let's see what happens. So hey, now we're transitioning. I think. Tweety, I think you up next. Hey,
yeah, we all got the same.
One rule we're gonna institute: no talking about the fucking Raiders when we talking about these other fucking divisions. So,
all y'all, all y'all looked at ESPN for this bullshit. Y'all falling for the trap. But go ahead.
Because
I'm gonna sit back and listen.
It's all the same. This is how it's gonna go. Because you got to have the Saints in last place in this division.
Yeah.
In the NFC South, you got to have Saints.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
They got Tyler and Spencer as a quarterbacks in this division. What the? Yeah. Spencer Rattler.
Hey, Rattler's a Arizona guy, so I got to root for him. I'm gonna root for him. I don't think he'll do shit. I don't think he'll do shit, but I'm gonna.
He ain't gonna do shit because he ain't do shit last year when Derek Carr was out.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
So you got that right.
So I got them as 4-13 for next season. 4-13. They got to win a couple games. Somebody gonna give it up, and they're gonna win a couple games out there in New Orleans. So, and then at number 3, same shit. I got the Panthers. I got the Panthers.
Okay.
I got the Panthers. Bryce Young, he came on. They put him on the bench last year. They put in that boy, the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton.
Oh, the Red Rifle. He's the motivator for everybody.
The Red Rifle. Yeah, the Red Rifle. And Bryce Young only went in because Andy Dalton got hurt. He was in an accident. He had a concussion. That's the
when he get
Red Rifle had already started his descent down. That motherfucker good for 2 games, and then you got to get his ass out of there.
No, but that's the only reason Bryce Young was put back in the game because he had a concussion. Yeah. And that's the reason he came back. But Bryce Young, he played his ass off the last couple games. All right? He played his ass off.
He was balling.
And we go back to the Saints. The Saints ain't got no prime time games next year. None.
They shouldn't.
They don't need none.
They shouldn't have none.
Do you want to see the motherfuckers on prime time? Are you kidding? Not a chance.
They shouldn't have no prime time games.
Hey, I just the fact out there. They ain't got zero.
They ship them bitches over to Europe for the season.
That'd be the game. That'd be the game I skip. I won't be watching that motherfucker Sunday.
Yeah,
they
zero.
Can set up shop in Dubai for all I care. Fuck it.
Yeah, so I got the Panthers 6-11. I got Panthers 6-11. Yeah, I got Panthers 6-11. Now you got the Falcons
6-11.
Yes, 6-11.
They'll be better than you think. Y'all think they are? Y'all sleeping?
We'll see. But I got the Falcons 9-8. I got the Falcons 9-8 because they opened the first 4 to 5 games against the playoff teams, so they ain't gonna be as good as we think they are going to be.
So you said the Falcons gonna be in one spot. The Falcons gonna be in one spot.
They're gonna be in the second spot. They're gonna be in the second spot. But on the first 5 games, they played 4 games, four teams that went to the playoffs last year.
You giving them a winning record?
I am.
9-8?
Well,
I am.
Actually,
Falcons. I'm giving them a winning record.
You look at it, they play in the 7 games. You throw San Fran in there, they play. They got a tough starting schedule.
They do.
Yeah.
They did good. They got a tough schedule. But I'm still getting them in second place at 9-8.
Okay.
It's
a lot of
wins.
9-8.
And then we all got the Bucks as number 1. Winning this division. You have to.
No.
We have to.
But you fucked up. You said we all. I ain't with yet, so don't say
you
we
ain't
all.
with yet. You ain't with yet.
Yeah, I ain't with yet. So don't say we all, because I ain't with you. I ain't with you, ESPN.
Here we go.
Watching motherfuckers. I ain't with
that. The Bucks was hot last year because they won 6 out of the last 7 games.
Yep.
With Baker Mayfield.
Oh my God.
I talked about this motherfucker. Hey, I talked about this motherfucker last week so bad that he decided not to look at ESPN this week. Look at it.
No,
evidently. Good God.
I ain't gotta watch
the Bucks winning
because I watch the game. So I watch the game.
They went to the playoffs.
Yeah. Like I said,
I can't wait to get to this fucking bullshit.
And I got the Bucks 11-6.
11-6.
I got
nobody watches the game, sweetie, but them two. Nobody. We just got the TV on. And I don't know what the fuck we do. We got in the background.
When we talking basketball and football, I think y'all had a TV on in the background. Y'all motherfuckers don't be tuning in and shit.
Nobody watches it. We got to still somehow, when you look at the records of us picking teams, theirs ain't no better than yours. We don't watch no games.
Martin, on the second TV, these motherfuckers got the cartoons behind. They be watching the cartoons with the football games in front of the shit.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Martin, you up. Go ahead.
Y'all watch. Maybe y'all only need to watch.
Hey,
let's let Martin go.
All right. Cut, Martin.
Let's go, Martin.
Okay. Now, one thing we do agree upon, them goddamn Saints, they gonna be bad. Their quarterback room is horrible. Their quarterback room is horrible. So, it was bad with Derek Carr. Now you're talking about Rattler, and then you talking about Rattler, you about Tyler Slough in there. Yeah, they just gonna be bad. I feel bad for the players. I wish they trade. Oh boy, my boy, the running back, and Kamara, and send them to a contender because that's fucked up all that talent to be fucked up with a bad team. So the Saints, I ain't waste no time on the Saints. Saints will be in fourth place. They're going to have a badass record. They're going to be horrible. At number 3, it's time for the Bucks to take a step back. And it's time for Baker Mayfield to take a step back. He done had a couple of good years. I will agree. But it's time because Baker Mayfield, to me, he's good, but it's time for him to take a step back. And I think this year, I think this year,
in that division,
I think this year they're gonna take a step back. I think they're gonna take a step back. I put them at number 3.
That ain't a step back, Mark. That's a fucking plane crash.
Okay. Well, hey, call it what you want to call it, motherfucker. That's where I got him at. I got him at number 3. Plane crash or whatever. It's time for Baker Mayfield to come to reality. And yes, and they picked up a lot of good offense. They did pick up McMillan and everybody else. Good offense. Now, but the defense has been good. But I think defense getting a little older, this and that. They ain't got too much younger on the defense side of the ball. I think it's gonna be time for them to take a step back. Yep, okay. I got them at number 3.
That's
at number 2, it's a stretch. But you know what? All this shit is a stretch. I mean, I gotta say, I just didn't watch. I mean, look at ESPN to get my prediction.
This
at number 2.
Maybe you should have.
At number 2, I'm picking Carolina. Because one thing I saw from Carolina late in the season, the one thing with old boy, when he had his confidence, Carolina was looking good as hell. And I think they're going to bring that into this season coming forward. I think Bryce Young this year is really going to step up. And I think he was dealt a real bad hand. He was dealt a real bad hand for the first couple of years.
I can't.
Offensive line was horrible. He didn't have no threats around him. He got dealt a real bad hand. Everybody, somebody, no, he didn't deserve this. He didn't deserve that. Bryce Young is better than what people think. Trust me. And I think this year, he's going to take that step up. And Carolina actually played good into the year. And they're going to take that same momentum. And they're going to be second in the South.
And how many fucking games are they going to win?
They're going to be second in the South. That's what I'm telling you. They're going to be second in the South. Set your goofy ass up. And
okay. We're going to see who goofy. We're going to revisit the goofy tape. Let's go.
At number one, I got Atlanta. I think Atlanta this year, what they're going to do is they're going to focus old boy, one of the top running backs in the league. Last year, the running back position was one of the biggest positions in the NFL, and the running back position finally came back.
I got a guy over here that officially lost his fucking mind.
Okay. I think the running back position has come back. Last year, it showed about the running back position, and they had one of the best running backs in the league. I think this boy will be John, and I think they picked up defensive players as well. They had a good draft. I think Atlanta's going to be on the top of the division, and it's going to end up old boy starting the quarterback, Penix Jr. I think Atlanta's going to win the division, and I think their record is going to be 11-6. They're going to win.
Hell no. Hell no.
Hey, I hope nobody from your job watch this shit, because your ass is drug tested tomorrow, motherfucker. With this bullshit. This is the bullshit.
Hey, quick reactions to the list. Feel free to jump in, and then not just yours, everybody's. Quick reactions, and then we're gonna move it. I would say first and foremost, it's a lot of faith you put in Atlanta. I don't think their defense is gonna come around fast enough for them to make that type of improvement. I think having Tampa Bay fall to the third place is a stretch because I think they're clearly the best team in the division. So I think that part you fucked up. But outside of that, I think I agree with Carolina.
Clearly the best team last year and the year before, but this is a new year.
I know.
You goofy motherfuckers just talking about this last year, this and that. Things change, you goofy motherfuckers. Things change.
Things change.
Yeah. I ain't fucking that Baker Mayfield shit.
Yeah, okay. We just going off with quarterbacks. You got Baker Mayfield in the quarterback room, and you gonna pick Tyler Shaw, Spencer Rattler, Bryce Young, and Michael Penix Jr. over Baker Mayfield.
No, you're wrong. Obviously, you listen to what I said. I said the Saints tied us off them, and they last. The only person I put ahead of him is Penix Jr. Penix Jr. and a
And
better
you
running
crazy
game.
for that?
That's who
Crazy,
I
Mark.
put in front of him.
Okay.
Who has the best running back in the
B-John's
division?
the best
Let me ask you
running
this
back.
then. Who has the
B-John's
best
the
running
best.
back in the division?
We ain't talking about running backs. We're talking about the quarterback.
No, but the best.
B-John's number one.
But do you have a great offensive line?
B-John is number one, but don't sleep on Bucky over in Tampa Bay.
Exactly.
He
And
can't
you
fuck
act
with
like
B-John.
Atlanta's offensive
Yeah,
line
B-John
is
number
nothing
one.
special.
But don't sleep on Bucky.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Well,
tell you.
we'll see.
Atlanta offensive line ain't nothing special.
Hey,
Okay.
a lot of conversation, good feedback. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna transition over, and we're gonna reserve the right to come back and look at the picks and see where we all fall and see who's right and who's wrong. It's gonna be you'll
That's
find it
right.
on our website, America, Bangladesh, India. You'll find it there, and then you'll be able to come back and tell us whether we were right or wrong. But moving on to the AFC South. AFC South, another division just like the NFC South, has been soft over the last couple of years. Hasn't had a lot of intrigue or had teams that are going to have been very, very competitive in the years before. And, obviously those teams are looking to fix that this year and hoping that they can turn over a new leaf with probably Houston, in most people's thoughts as the number one team in the division. But we'll see where our experts think and see where we fall. So we're going to go ahead and start. Same rules apply. 4-1. Give the record for the first place team. Tweety, you up first. Run it. Go ahead, Tweety. Is he frozen?
Tweety froze up on us.
He might be
All right.
frozen.
Hey, well, go ahead. Go ahead, Q.
You
go
ready?
first. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
I'll go first with this list.
I'm ready for this shit.
All right, here we go.
Come on
We
with it.
starting off this list.
Yeah.
Team, they went out, they made a splash in the draft. They did their thug fizzle. And we're going to have to give it to that fourth place team. They still going to struggle like a motherfucker. That's the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
Even though they got Cam Ward,
Okay.
it's his first year. They putting a lot of pressure on that young brother. You know who they left tackle is? Dan Moore. They paid this motherfucker $82 million to play left tackle. This motherfucker gave up 12 sacks last year.
Okay.
PFF has that at 140 out of 140. So you done gave him $82 million and you you can pick up somebody off the streets to protect your blind side better than that. So that's going to be a problem with Cam Ward right there. Not going to spend a lot of time on him. I got him at 4-13. I am excited to see the young brother, but it's just his first season and we're not going to get much more out of him. Right. Moving right along to our third place team. Who the hell is going to play quarterback? I know who should play quarterback, but we don't know who's going to play quarterback. And them damn Colts.
No, it's Buffalo ESPN.
Them damn Colts. We don't know who's playing the quarterback.
Then he died.
We would hope. Forget you, Martin. This is what I believe. We would hope that Anthony Richardson, we want the young brother to come out and do his thing. We already know what Daniel Jones is about. We've seen him. We don't want to see no more of him. I done seen enough of him. I don't want to see no more. But they got some talent around this team. But because you got a quarterback in a situation that's probably going to be a fucking carousel, I got him at 6-11. I got him at 6-11. All right?
Okay.
All right? That's my third place team. Moving right along to my second place team. And this is a team that should always have just underachieved since they picked up their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. And that's these Jacksonville Jaguars.
The generational motherfucking talent, they called him.
Yeah. But we ain't seen nothing yet. And we done seen different coordinators, different coaches and everything. But now they pair him with Travis Hunter.
I'm going to tell you this with him. I've seen a lot of quarterbacks like him this generation.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we've seen a lot of Mr. Ryan Leafs is what they're gonna turn out to be. I'm not gonna say he's that level of, but definitely should have been a lot better than what we expected at this point in 14. But they got Travis Hunter. How they gonna use him? I say they should use him predominantly more of a defensive player and an offensive trickle every now and again. You can't run the brother in the ground, but this is the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they not They're not good at making smart decisions. So I got them at a 7-10. Winning some games, but not really going too far. Which leads us for our number 1 team. Got them finishing 10-7, and that's the Houston Texans. C.J. Stroud, Joe Mixon, always a formidable duo. And in this division of mediocrity, as we're gonna be nice to say, I'm gonna say that these guys are gonna take this division easy at 10-7. The Houston Texans, and that's my picks right there.
Okay, all right. Hey, good picks. We're gonna go ahead, Tweety. Why don't you go ahead and go next?
All right,
and then Martin will go with you next.
AFC South. AFC South.
AFC South. Come on with it.
AFC South.
Come on with it.
Number 4. Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward.
It ain't that hard.
It ain't that hard, but damn, I want to see Cam Ward. I want to see Cam Ward succeed. But he going to a bad team. It's just a bad team, so it ain't gonna be. He ain't gonna help him overnight. You gotta give the young brother 2 or 3 more years, and they're gonna be all right. So I got them. I got Tennessee 5-12. All right. And number 3.
That's nice.
Number 3. I gotta go with them Jaguars. Jacksonville. Them bastards. I don't know what happened to them last year. I don't know what happened to the Great White Hope. I don't know.
I know what happened.
That's what they call them. Great White Hope. So we'll see.
They got Lawrence. That's what happened to them.
The hope part is running out. The flame is running out of it. The Olympic flame is dying.
We messed up.
Yeah, I got them at 7-10. But I got the Jacksonville Jaguars. So at number 3, and then I got the Colts. I got the Colts in second place. Indianapolis Colts. Them bastards somehow always makes the playoffs. It don't matter who their quarterback is.
They didn't make it last year, and they're not gonna make it this year either. But anyway, we'll see.
Besides last year, but most of the time they always make the playoffs.
All right, they ain't gonna do it this year either.
But Richardson, he hurt right now. We're gonna see who gonna start the quarterback at season 1.
Yeah.
Daniel Dimes.
That's bad.
Probably so.
No.
It might be.
I didn't say it.
It might be. Jones.
I don't want to.
It might be Daniel
Jones.
Sick of his.
It's fucked up, but it might be Daniel Jones.
They've been looking for a reason to put Anthony on the bench. Put him on the bench.
He was doing this last year.
It don't take much.
He tied, boss. He tied.
He tapped out.
Yeah, he tapped out last year. He was tied.
He fucked up.
Yeah,
he
fucked up big time when he did that.
Yeah,
all right,
I agree.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with and number 1, the Texans. We're gonna go with number 1. That boy, what can you say? I got him going 11-6. They gonna win this division easy. Real easy. So
yeah.
I got the Texans.
Okay.
Ain't nothing to say about them.
Yeah, I think
I can't argue with you.
They're gonna have a good season. So
yeah, they're gonna have a real good season.
Martin.
Stroud, they gonna do what they do.
Real quick, Tweety. What did you have the Colts going again?
I had the Colts 9-8.
9-8.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot of wins for a team. But okay, all right.
All right, Martin, you up? Go ahead and hit it.
Okay.
They got to run it back.
Okay. I mean,
here we go.
I think we all agree. With Tennessee. Tennessee is just gonna be a bad team this year. New coach, new quarterback, a good young quarterback, but I think it'll take time. So yeah, Tennessee. I'm not wasting too much time with Tennessee. Tennessee will be at the 4th spot. They need time to grow, so they're gonna be your team. At number 3, I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, I think they messed up a couple years ago. They had a chance actually to have some grow and then actually become a contender. But when they got up at 27-0, was that 27-0, and then gave it up, ever since then, no, Jacksonville not that team. So Jacksonville will be at number 3 with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, he and last year he got that contract. If you know, last year he played bad as hell. He got that
He didn't pay
contract. He played bad. So yes, Jacksonville will take that step back. At number 2, and I had a hard time because if Anthony Richardson was healthy with Jonathan Taylor, if he was healthy, I would have actually took them for the number 1 team in the South. Yep.
Oh shit, you're crazy.
That's if he was healthy. Because I'm telling you, this year, I'm telling you what y'all slipping on. I think this year is going to be about the running backs again. The NFL is all about trends. I'm telling you. And last year was like one of the first years where the running back came back and the running back was very big.
Yeah.
And you put Jonathan Taylor with Richardson. That's a tough combination right there. That's a really tough combination. But
Richardson ain't accurate.
He's not.
No, he's not accurate.
He's not the best. He's not the best throwing quarterback. But I tell you one thing about him, he was getting wins though. When he was playing and he was healthy, he was getting wins.
He's all right.
He was getting wins. He was getting wins. They was 8-9 last year. They was getting wins. With him and Jonathan Taylor in the backfield, I think that's a dangerous combination. That's just me. Hey, but I got to number 2. At number 1, I got to go with Houston. I mean, D'Amico Ryans got these boys. Last year, they started out real slow and they came back late, whatever, and then won division. But they have to start off early and build momentum. They have the talent. They have a defense. Their defense is going to be good as hell. I think the defense is going to be good as hell.
Oh, wait.
Their defense is going to be good as hell. Stroud got to play better early in the season. But I think Houston could be a contender in the AFC. They'll probably make the second round, divisional round. But yeah, I think Houston will win division. On their defense, they have a good running back as well in Mixon. They have a good running back as well. I'm saying this year is going to be a comeback for the running back, just like last year was. I'm telling you, it's all about trends and shit. This year is going to be another year for the running back. So if you notice all of my picks, I'm going with the running backs. I'm saying the running back is very big. Running back offensive line, of course, that's the key too.
So you going with my running back too? You going with my running back too?
You didn't go with all running backs.
No,
you didn't go with all running backs.
Who?
Because you picked Green Bay to win the division when Jahmyr Gibbs is purely the best running back in their division. So you didn't go with all running backs.
No, he ain't. Jacobs is the best running back.
Yes, he is.
Jacobs the best running back.
No, he ain't.
Jacobs the best running back.
We'll talk about that later. Let's keep moving.
Don't interrupt me if you ain't got shit to say.
Yeah, I just had something to say, but we're not gonna go there.
Tweety, you said who? You said I ain't go with who?
No, you ain't go with my running back.
Exactly.
Y'all got a shit franchise. It's shit franchise.
But he went with the Raiders.
But he got a good running back.
Yeah, I don't make no difference.
That's what I say, boy. Tweety, I swear to God, when you catch him up, and not only do
we got a shit franchise.
You see his brother jump in there and defend him. No,
a shit franchise.
A
shit franchise. No, Martin has. Hey, coming up last, certainly not least, is going to be my picks for the AFC South. Once again, I don't think we have much of a contender here. We got one that maybe might etch into the ranks of being a contender, but in the end of the day, more than likely not. Gonna start it off, and I think at the number 4 spot for this division, everybody said the same thing. We've all been on the same page. I think the Tennessee Titans, I think they made their mistake when they hitched their wagon to Levis last year. So now it has them starting over. I think they got a better start because Cam, I think, is going to have a pretty good season. But I think they have a they got a suspect group of talent around them. So I think that might be the problem in that situation. So we'll see what happens. I think they come in last. I think there's no way that anybody goes to the bottom levels where they are. I think they'll get 3 wins. So I got them at 3-14 for the season. I think it's going to be a tough year. It's going to be a tough year. All right, now, going in the 3rd place. I think this one's going to be a shuffling of the guard of what you expected the last couple of years. I do think that they made a couple good additions in the offseason, but I don't think enough in order to be able to supersede what the issues were last year. I think without a doubt, I think they have to make a decision what they're going to do as far as where they're placing players. But I think 3rd place is going to be Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they were at a point where they were the next breakthrough team. and I think they've since regressed. And I think since that, I think the Golden Boy has regressed. I think Lawrence has not panned out to what they think he should be. I think he still has an opportunity to improve, but I'm not sure he's ever going to be the quarterback they expect him to be. And Tweety, if you didn't know this, they lost the 5th rated tight end in the NFL to Denver. That's what Martin said. That's some bullshit.
That's bullshit right there.
Because he's not the fifth tight end in the league. He's like 10. He ain't 5. He ain't in top 5. But
now, how you gonna say he's rated at top 5 and then you say no, he's not? I mean,
no. I'm saying I am actually fucking with you because your goofy ass said he was top 5 tight end. He's not.
He is.
He never been and ain't never gonna be.
Okay.
So anyway, moving on. So I think with losing that tight end that this motherfucker talks about, I think they're going to end up in 3rd place. I think Jacksonville probably wins 6 games. So I got this Jacksonville 6-11 for the season, and I think that's where they tap out at. Next, going to 2nd place, I think another team. I think number 2 in the division in the AFC South. I think this team also has had a hard time determining what they want to do at quarterback. Hey, do they want to go with Richardson or not go with Richardson? They want to start him or not. I think they've been actually actively searching and looking for a reason to put Anthony Richardson on the bench. I think this year, I think they're going to start with Danny Dimes, which we all know here is a mistake for Danny Dimes to be on top of anybody's list at quarterback. But I think he's going to end up being the starter for the season, whether that's for the entire year. I don't think Danny Dimes can hold it because I don't think he can play good for a sustained level. But I think it lands the Indianapolis Colts in 2nd place in what is a fairly weak and soft division. Mm-hmm. So I think Indianapolis probably finishes out 8-9 is what I got. They were at 8-9 last year. I think they're going to finish up at 8-9 again this year and be in 2nd place. This is one of the few times where I'll say the 2nd place team is going to be shitty, where Tweety has like the 2nd place team in almost every division except the Raiders. The Raiders in the West as finishing with a winning record. So I think they're going to be 8-9. And then I think last but not least, I think it's a foregone conclusion. I think it's an easy call. I think to put number 1 in the division, Houston. But I think the big thing or the big question for Houston is what are we going to see out of Stroud? Is Stroud going to bounce back? Because I tell you, the Stroud I saw last season pales in comparison to the Stroud we saw in his rookie year. So I think that is the question is does Houston continue? Because they made some good acquisitions last year. But are they going to continue to move up into the upper echelon, or are they going to fall back into being a division winner of a soft conference and not really a challenger in the playoffs? I think I like what they have from Mixon from running game perspective. I think he had a great year. He's a stud. I think from a wide receiver perspective, I think they're good. They have they picked up some people in the draft for the quarterback position. I mean, wide receiver position. They picked up some people in the draft. I think if their offensive line plays better than they did last year, that's one thing I will say in defensive Stroud is that their offensive line was horrible last year. They were subpar in running the ball, even though Mixon made the most out of the situation. He's a two-way back that catches the ball and runs the ball, so he's a dual threat. So I think that did help. But the offensive line is going to actually determine what they do this year. They have a stud defense, and they have stud rushers on the defensive line. So I think defense, D'Amico is going to have the defense ready to roll, but it's going to all be about the offensive line, where they can block for Mixon and they can give Stroud enough time to throw the ball, and Stroud has a bounce back year. I think they're going to run the table in their division. I think they'll be undefeated in their division, which is going to be 6 wins, obviously. I think they're going to run the table in the division.
Hell no.
Yeah, they're going to run the table. Okay. They're going to beat all the sorry motherfuckers.
I'm holding you to that shit.
Yeah. I think they run the table. Because Indianapolis, they're going to stop the run, and Indianapolis got to throw the ball to beat them. And they're not going to be able to do it with Danny Dimes or with Richardson. So I think they run the table, and I think while they have a tough schedule, and they start off with the Rams at LA in week 1, they play Tampa in week 2, they play Baltimore in week 5. They got to play San Francisco at home. They play Denver, which that's a win. They at home. They play the Bills, Kansas City, and Chargers. They got a tough schedule. But I think the soft division give them an opportunity to win. I think they end up being 10-7 on top of the AFC South, and they win the division. I think that is a lock, and I think them running the division table is a lock too. So that's my call. Let's open it up for anybody that wants to give any feedback to whether it be my list or any of the other lists, and then we'll call it a day for our NFC NFL previews.
Okay, really quick, Rod. The only thing, you got a good list. I got a problem with your second and third place team that you're taking to a quarterback carousel over the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I just feel like that's maybe a little far-fetched, which I don't like that.
I think you got a quarterback that lost his confidence last year. So can Lawrence get his confidence back? I think a carousel is better than a quarterback with no confidence, but we'll see if he can get his confidence back this year. I think Peterson was quarterback friendly, so he was playing in a quarterback friendly system, and he unfortunately last year it didn't turn out so well. We'll see if he can get it back and get back into what everybody thinks about him and what his money says he should be.
Okay, I just feel like a consistent quarterback with Jacksonville might edge them out in that. And flip flop in that. But I don't. Neither one of them gonna win the division. But I just feel like that might flip flop a little bit. But that's my only problem.
I can't argue with you there. I can't argue with you there. I think Indianapolis got to figure that out. So we'll see if it's Danny Dimes. They think he'd answer. He ain't gonna answer. Hopefully it's Richardson. So we'll see. Anybody else on my list or anybody else's list?
Yeah, Martin list was
Martin
shit. How you gonna say that the coach? What you say the coach? No, you said the Jaguars and the Texans was close as number one in that division.
I didn't say the Jaguars. I said the Colts.
The Colts. Okay.
Close to the top. Colts gonna be close to the top because the Colts have the Colts have every year the Colts is right there because they have a good defense and they have a good running game. And the only thing that held me back from taking the Colts and winning the division was that
the quarterback.
He ain't gonna start him again season because he probably hurt. But if Anthony Richardson, I'm telling you, because when Anthony Richardson was playing, when he was playing, he was healthy. The coach was playing real good football.
I'm gonna tell you this:
he was playing real football.
The fact that they're gonna start the season with Danny Dimes, their fucking season is over.
Okay.
Danny Dimes is gonna fuck that shit up so bad, they ain't gonna have a chance to recover. That motherfucker, hey, look, you saw him in New York. That motherfucker fucked up more games than a bookie betting with the point spread and giving up points. That motherfucker was terrible. So I ain't got no favorite Danny Dimes.
Okay. He can use his legs. He can run a little bit. He uses legs. He run a little bit. That's about it. But it is what it is.
Richardson can run. Danny Dimes is okay. He's okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Richardson a runner.
As a runner, not as a passer.
Yeah. As a passer, but when he was playing, he made no passes to win games. He was winning games. Now I like him. Don't call us about the game.
What you talking about, Martin?
Huh?
What you talking about, Mr. D?
When Richardson was playing, he made no plays when I'm throwing the ball to win games. And I'm saying, look, last year, as bad as y'all said that he played, it was 8-9. Y'all like they was one of the worst teams in the league.
They weren't in playoff hunt.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying that you said you was gonna put them over Texas.
Yeah, I am. Because the one thing about the Texans, Texans took a step back last year. I don't know if y'all know that. Even though they won division,
they took a step back.
They took a step back. Everybody was big on the Texans to actually compete for the AFC. And what did they do? They won division, but they actually took a step back. Y'all like the Texans was just like just juggernaut. Please, no, it wasn't like that. They struggled for most of the season.
Yeah, they did. Offensive line was the key to their struggle. So
hey,
we'll see. Obviously, we got varying opinions. We got varying quarterbacks. I think the divisions we covered today are up in the air.
Yeah,
I think
they shit anyway.
Anybody can win. I don't think any of them are serious contenders. None of them made Rod's list.
What a surprise!
So none of them made Rod's list. So
y'all got some work to do, fellas.
Mark that for the record. Now, if somebody turns off hot, they got a chance to get on it though.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So with that, hey, we want to thank all of our listeners for tuning in. We appreciate you and your loyalty to the Hood Report. There's a couple things that we always say. I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna say Q, say it, and then Tweety, you close us out.
Yes, sir.
Bangladesh, we love you.
Like and subscribe. Hood Report 2025.
Always.
Peace out, Detroit. Hey, we got that Hood Report here on too, baby. Y'all see that? Coming to you soon.
Put it
That's
out.
that hood report, baby. That's that hood report. We're gonna be rocking this shit every week, and in a couple weeks, it's gonna be live in the hood report shop. I mean, the hood gear shop is going to be live, coming to you, and it's fresh as fuck. Peace out. Love you.
Let's go, baby.